This video is all your fault.
As you stand tall, shoulders down and back.
If you hadn't pointed out that we walk an unreasonable amount during our Disney World Extreme Challenge videos, the rest of the All Ears crew wouldn't have got together to come up with a plan they think is guaranteed to make me fail and you happy. You thought it was hard to do a challenge where we walked a ton in Walt Disney World? Well, what about a challenge where we're barely allowed to walk at all?
Forget steps. He needs some help with his wheels.
The rest of the All Ears crew pulled up their highest recent step count for an extreme challenge video they filmed only in Magic Kingdom. Then they stole my phone so they could get my data to add to the mix. This is what happened.
5th place with Breedlove, 4th place with Emma, 3rd place with Sage, 2nd place with Quincy, and in 1st place, Fry Bucket.
How? Those little legs. The combined steps of all 5 cast members is 116,480, which averages out to 23,296 steps per cast member.
We are challenging Breedlove to try the impossible and cut that number in half.
How is that even possible?
Can you do it, Breedlove? Can you do it?
Okay, I think that's good.
We only have 11,648 steps to complete all the same rides and attractions that we accomplished during the No Phone Magic Kingdom Challenge. That's 21 rides and attractions total. This time I am allowed to use my phone and I'm using it to our every advantage. That means we are purchasing Genie Plus and we are booking Lightning Lane reservations. In addition, we are purchasing individual Lightning Lane reservations because, let's face it, we can't waste a single step. Can we get it all done without all of our steps running out first? We have no choice but to find out right now.
So grab a towel and some water and go for it.
Starting out in crisis, we're already being sent to the furthest security line. I'm taking the longest steps possible to make as few steps possible, but this is the worst case scenario at TTC right now. We made it in, we made it in. I'm taking the longest steps ever. I look like a high-stepping speed walker. I think it's a busy day in Magic Kingdom. At least we're not taking steps. All right, we're finally in, but there was such a long line to scan into the park that we are now a few minutes after rope drop. So I'm in the process of booking our individual Lightning Lane reservations. I will be right back. We are going to the left. We are starting our day in Adventureland, and we are starting our day with Jungle Cruise. Because we are rope dropping it, quote unquote, hopefully we're still getting there in enough time that it hasn't jumped to some exorbitant wait time. And that is so we can start working our way around the park clockwise this time, hopping from ride to ride, taking the fewest steps possible. Something that might trip us up is the fact that intermittently throughout every day that I'm aware of in the last about month or so, Magic Carpets of Aladdin, which we did ride during the No Phone in Magic Kingdom Challenge, it's been down. It's been down. We have no idea what we're gonna see when we go around this corner. And I haven't checked the My Disney Experience app yet, even though we can, because this isn't the No Phone Challenge, it's the No Walking Challenge, no steps. I've been recording, I've been buying individual Lightning Lanes, and I have no idea if Magic Carpets, a miracle. Our first miracle of the day. Turning this corner, I see Magic Carpets of Aladdin full of beautiful people having a magical time up in the air above Adventureland. So it looks like our day may be starting off well, but again, I'm not gonna jinx it. Okay, it's a posted wait of 60 minutes. That is not bad for Jungle Cruise. It's not great, but it's not bad. The queue does start back here, and this is going to count towards our steps. how many steps we take in the queue as it wraps around itself back and forth. Well, we've been in line for about 19 minutes and it looks like we're preparing to board, which is unbelievable. Very different from our experience last time we did this, but we used up a lot of steps in this queue. They had us winding around kind of the furthest distance possible, and that's something maybe most people aren't thinking about. We're mostly usually thinking about the time, and time is still important today. We want enough time to get everything done before the park closes. We don't want to lose or be disqualified because of that. That was great. Okay. Jungle Cruise. It was a posted wait time of 60 minutes. We got on in 23 minutes. And the health app has not updated yet, so I have no idea how many steps we've taken. But you know what I remembered? We have to ride Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and it's right across the way, which means very few steps. Oh, I'm not seeing it in the air now. Have we missed our window of opportunity to ride it? Is it now having one of its intermittent periods of closure? Oh no, remember when all those people were riding it and it was beautiful? Oh gosh. All right, let's check on Pirates of the Caribbean and get into this queue. We will see if Pirates of the Caribbean has a wait time that works for us today. Ooh, 25 minutes should fit perfectly. I got an update, 1,611 steps. Is that good? Look at all these steps. All I see is steps now. All right, Pirates of the Caribbean posted 25 minutes. We got on the ride in 17 minutes. That was great. Waiting for my step count to update. It is now 10:15 and we are officially allowed to scan in and ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Hopefully the Lightning Lane return is much fewer steps than standing in the standby queue. That is the goal, that's the point of using all the technology today, is that those queues should be shorter and involve less steps. But maybe they don't. Maybe they're the same number of steps and it just involves less waiting, because standing still is not a step. Remember that, friends. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, currently under construction there. Lots of scaffolding. Looking forward to adding that to the list of rides we have to ride. We get to ride. But when it's a challenge, you know what I'm talking about. You've watched enough of these to know when you have to ride an extra ride, could change everything. The posted wait for standby right now is 30 minutes. Our step count just jumped to 2,040, but we're next in line to board and it's only been 5 minutes. So
This is great. Again, this is not a tiny game necessarily. This is about steps, and the steps are increasing, but we're doing great with wait times. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Using a Lightning Lane reservation, we were able to get on the ride in 7 minutes. Look, much fewer steps, it appeared. We had something a little upsetting happen where we were offered a Lightning Lane reservation for 11:35 for Peter Pan's flight, which would have been spectacular. And then by the time I clicked confirm, it had jumped to 3 p.m. already. So I'm gonna keep trying with that. In the meantime, I'm going to use the side boardwalk, this shortcut that in the past we've always used coming from Liberty Square over here to the very end of Frontierland to ride Splash Mountain when it was open, and Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now we're using it the opposite way. This time we're gonna get to Haunted Mansion and see how long that queue is. It's a posted wait of 45 minutes. And the queue is covering a lot of space, of distance. Okay, so I made a quick decision, and yes, I'm making steps, but these are purposeful steps that will help us in the long run. So what I did was I went ahead and booked us a Lightning Lane reservation for Haunted Mansion. I modified the reservation that I made for Peter Pan, which was at like 2:30 or 3. So now we're gonna eat at Columbia Harbor House because it only took a couple steps to walk here, and it's air conditioned, and there's usually plenty of seating, and the food is good, and I ordered the plant-based crab cake sandwich. Columbia Harbor House is a quick service restaurant in Liberty Square here in Magic Kingdom, and usually they're known as a seafood restaurant. They have a lot of, or they've traditionally been known as a fried seafood restaurant. I am getting something that emulates fried seafood. I'm getting a plant-based crab cake sandwich, but it's very, very popular, okay? The dining room is heavily themed and immersive, so you almost get a table service restaurant vibe from the way that it is themed, and the menu is, you know, is great if you love fried seafood or fried chicken. It's only 10:45. And the restaurant opens at 11, so we're literally going to be among the first people to eat, and as soon as the page opens up for us to be able to hit prepare my order, we will do that. We're literally rope dropping Columbia Harbor House right now, and we are not moving. I am not moving a muscle, a step, nothing. You can find all of these great little corners to sit and eat in, especially right now when we hear rope dropping it. You have your pick, and I always like this quiet table in the corner that's kind of hidden. This is the plant-based crab cake sandwich. You can see it's got this really nice fresh slaw on top. What is vegan crab cake? I'm not sure. It tastes good, and you get a side of fries with it. It tastes great. There's nothing overpowering about it at all, and it's something I don't get very often. I just don't usually get hungry at Columbia Harbor House. Like, I'm not hungry by the time I reach this location. So I like being forced to eat this today because we're trying to take as few steps as possible. And this was the closest restaurant. We had a little time to kill. And I really think we saved steps by eating here. So it's all good. 2,694 steps. That's where we are now. Let's go ride Haunted Mansion. At least we have a Lightning Lane reservation and don't have to walk through the whole queue. So many steps. And steps take steps. I think that Lightning Lane reservation for Haunted Mansion worked beautifully in saving us a ton of steps. And now we're going literally next door to another ride where we have a Lightning Lane reservation and we are able to scan in. Now it's a small world. Here we come. I need it to be a very small, tiny world today. The health app just refreshed our steps. 3,217. Did we gain steps while we were riding the ride? Peter Pan's flight is still posted as an 85-minute wait. So that means we are gonna go across the street because that's the fewest steps, I think. Even if we got a Lightning Lane reservation for later, walked someplace else and came back, that would be more steps than just crossing the street here. I mean, literally, it's right over there. A very magical cast member with a blue name tag, which means she's been honored for being an incredible cast member. She just stopped me on the way in and she said, just so you know, it's, gonna be somewhere between an hour and a half, but I think it'll be more like an hour, which I thought was really nice to just give a human perspective to the 85-minute posted wait time. And we've waited in queues much longer than this for this ride, and it hasn't been 85 minutes. Gosh, 31 minutes. What? I think it was pixie dust, I'm not sure. Hello? Oh, that is the pixie dust right there. Oh, here we go.
On to Neverland!
As I was getting off, the cast member said, watch your steps, as if, I think she's so used to saying that because of multiple people getting off the ride at once. But it also meant something particularly important to me. Watch your steps, Breedlove. Take each one carefully and with purpose. And remember, there is such a thing as walking too much. Okay, speaking of walking not too much. Right next door is Mickey's PhilharMagic. This is a really fun 3D movie with 4D elements that we attended during the No Phone Magic Kingdom Challenge because it is an attraction that accepts Lightning Lane reservations. And then right next door is Prince Charming Regal Carousel. Okay, so the standby wait right now is 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and do this now. I don't know why. I feel like it's better to just get in line and not do Prince Charming Regal Carousel first. If we were to backtrack now and walk out, we would be wasting steps for the sake of time. So I think we should stay in this, wait the 15 minutes, and then go across to Prince Charming Regal Carousel and do that next. That was an awesome Mickey's PhilharMagic. You know, if you like those rides and attractions that smell good, and you know what I'm talking about, those of you who are addicted to the weird smells on rides, then you want to go to Mickey's PhilharMagic because it has a number of them. It even has a cinnamon smell at one point, which is one of the newer additions with the cocoa section that was added, which is so beautiful. I love it. All right, here we are. I believe this is the standby entrance from everything that I can see. And we're gonna get in line and start the timer and see how long it takes. But that's way less important than the fact that we are not going to walk somewhere else and come back and ride this. We're just taking the fewest steps possible, going right across the street. The health app has refreshed 3,609 steps so far. So we're kind of inching forward steps-wise, but we're getting a lot checked off the list. I'm not telling you how I'm feeling, because if I tell you I'm feeling good, then I will jinx it, so I'm not going to tell you that. But maybe that's how I'm feeling, you know? Okay, so it's 1:45. We have not started our ride yet. At 1:25, the return window for our Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh Lightning Lane return started. And so it's definitely not a problem, except for the fact that we have another window starting right now, which is our Seven Dwarfs Mine Train individual Lightning Lane return, which we paid for starting at 1:45. That means we have until 2:45 to return to it, but that also means that we need to successfully ride Prince Charming Regal Carousel, get over and get through the Lightning Lane queue for Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh in time to board Seven Dwarfs Mine Train before the window expires at 2:45. We have an hour to do those three things. It's fun. It's a carousel. I can't help it. And kind of next door, we've got the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And you know that we've gotten stuck in some long lines. This can be a ride. It proves to be, with me anyway, my luck, that the wait time that is posted is usually shorter than the real wait time that we ended up waiting. So that's why I prioritized this. I picked this one a little further ahead today in the afternoon so that we could skip that problem and get expedited access using the Lightning Lane, which hopefully involves fewer steps. And we've scanned in, and here we go down this mini queue, this little pathway. that hopefully leads right to the boarding area. And with the Lightning Lane reservation that was freed up by scanning into the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh, I got us a 3:20 p.m. reservation for Space Mountain, because that can be a very, very long trip, and we are not doing that today. No, we're not winding around inside those cavernous rooms on our way to space. Not today. We're taking the shortcut. Step. And again, literally across the street, we are going to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, where we have our individual Lightning Lane reservation. And we are here in plenty of time. We have an option of going over there to Mad Tea Party, or going up and around to Little Mermaid and Storybook Circus. Okay, so what I think we should do is go up and around to New Fantasyland, and I think we should go ride Little Mermaid. Posted 25-minute wait for Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, and that is a pretty darn good time. I mean, it's a good time in the sense that it's a fun ride, but it's also a good amount of time to be posted for this ride, and I have a feeling it might be even shorter. And at 22 minutes, we are on our show, and we are on the way. 4,737 steps so far. We're about to reach the halfway point, but I think we've done more than half of the park. I actually think we're in great shape. I do need to remind you though, we're gonna have to cross all the way to the other side of the park in order to ride Magic Carpet of Aladdin, unless we are disqualifying ourselves without that, but I absolutely refuse to call that. Now, the problem we're having in this particular moment is the fact that it has started to rain, and I don't know if Dumbo or Barnstormer are operating at this moment. For some reason, I'm drawn to the idea of going out of our way to Barnstormer first. Like, that would be the more likely ride to go down because of inclement weather, but I'm literally making that up. So that is not a fact. That is some weird thing I've decided to think and say. And we've already taken the steps to move in this direction, so we're going with it. All right, Barnstormer has a posted standby wait of 25 minutes. So we are gonna get in this queue. We have exited right next to Dumbo. Hopefully, just a couple steps. posted 25 standby queue for Dumbo the Flying Elephant. Step, step, step. One step at a time. All right, so they are essentially evacuating the ride. I mean, they're having people get off the ride, and no one else is being loaded on because of inclement weather, which means there is lightning detected in the area. What is funny is that the sky has started to clear above us. The sun has come up and it looks beautiful, but that's not what the detection devices are telling them. I'm sorry, friends. We're adding steps. We are gonna go across here, wide stepping, to Big Top Souvenirs to purchase a beverage. They have a cooler with bottled sodas. They also have slushy machines that are very delicious, but I think right now I need just pure bottled liquid, no ice. Is it too shocking if I have a Monster Energy drink? I think I have to. I'm also getting a bottle of water. I'm breaking my rule of not purchasing bottled water and only using free water cups because they don't have water cups here. Okay, we've successfully checked out, and now we are not going to find a table inside in the air conditioning. There's all this seating. It's a little bit cooler over here in the Storybook Circus rest area. This is a great spot to come and charge your phone and relax, bring your food, and I can kind of see Dumbo from here, actually. Like, if Dumbo starts working. Here's the problem we find ourselves in now. Our Lightning Lane return time for Space Mountain started 10 minutes ago. So it was nice to rest. I drank some cool beverages. One was a Monster Energy drink. So I do feel really good right now. And I think it's a perfect time to ride Space Mountain. I'm visualizing the distance going through the rest of Fantasyland, or taking the back path through Tron. Taking this path is going to be the least number of steps for us. Posted wait right now for standby for Splash Mountain is 55 minutes. Definitely saving some good time by doing a Lightning Lane reservation and hopefully saving a lot of steps. All right, this is the single rider fast lane. And keep this in mind if you're a single rider in Space Mountain. When you get to that point in the queue, let the cast member know that you are a single rider and you will be sent down this lane. There may be certain times of day when this lane is not being used, if it's not busy or any other reason it might not be used, but if it is, it saved us a lot of time and a lot of steps. If you haven't been to Disney World in a while, when you exit Space Mountain now, the gift shop that used to be Tomorrowland Light and Power is now a Tron boutique. Okay, there's a lot of new merchandise, but they've been adding some of the Tomorrowland merchandise and the Space Mountain merchandise that you used to be able to purchase in here, as well as Tron IP. So everything's fresh and new and beautiful in here. Don't be surprised when you walk in here and it is a new store. You'll be pleasantly surprised, actually. Be pleasantly surprised. Enjoy it. But right now, we need to figure out what we're doing and take as few steps as possible. You know what we do need to ride is the People Mover, and it is running. Let's walk across here because the People Mover will provide us with several things. Shelter from the storm. It's like literally maybe drizzling. I think it's a sprinkle. And oh wow, there's quite a quite a queue for the People Mover right now. But I think that's okay. Actually, it looks like Astro Orbiter is still running somehow and has not much of a queue, and we do have to ride that as well. So maybe we should go ahead and get in line for Astro Orbiter and knock that out. And maybe when we're done with that, the queue for People Mover will have gone down a little bit. Astro Orbiter posted wait time 15 minutes, and our step count has gone up a lot since the last time we checked in. 6,682 steps. And we have a lot of backtracking to do now. I mean, it's unavoidable. If we're going to complete this, we have to backtrack. Now it's raining. Okay, I have a poncho, of course, and I have a new poncho since the time that you told me I needed to buy a new poncho because mine was ripped. So we're gonna ride Astro Orbiter in the rain together. I'm literally getting in a water bucket. Oh, I can't. My poncho is not appropriately applied. I cannot believe this is happening right now. Now they have us stopped here and just sitting. Oh, here we're going. The rain is hitting me so hard. I don't know if my contact lenses are still in my eye. Wow. So much for that. I don't know if this camera is always going to look like this from now on. But we just came down and everybody's soaking wet. But everybody's saying that was a really good time. So I don't know. Maybe the moral of that story is you can time it and make it on Astro Orbiter in the middle of a downpour. I think I recommend it. Okay, we're on our way up the Goodyear ramp to the People Mover. I promise I'll work on getting the lens cleaned off more. It's still wet. My shirt is wet. Everything's wet, so I can't clean it off right now. But I will do it. And I wanted you to know that I booked us a Lightning Lane reservation for Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin. Just one, please. Thank you.
Everyone, watch your step. We'll take this car right here.
Amazing. And we're just about at check-in time at Buzz if we invoke the 5-minute early rule. Secret hack: Disney lets you check in 5 minutes early for a Lightning Lane reservation. It's only a secret if you don't know that. Ranger First Class. Sounds good to me. And we're back at better than ever. Look at this beautiful new poncho. No holes. Look, Ma, no holes. All right. And I would like to say hello to my mother, Ruth. Now that you mention it, I think it's a nice thing to do. Hi, Mom. So, we're headed to Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. It's next door, and it is one of the rides and attractions that we, ooh, I just stepped in a big puddle. Great. That we accomplished during the No Phone Challenge. So we're accomplishing it today. Posted wait time of 20 minutes. We do not have a lightning lane reservation for this.
Some noise for your master of ceremonies, me, Mike Wazowski.
Well, I just exited and found a seat and decided to sit down here again, even though we were sitting the whole time. That was posted as a 20-minute wait, and we got in the theater in 7 minutes, which was great, or 6. I mean, a little over 6 minutes, really. So I am sitting because I want to save every step because everything's about to get complicated. I went ahead and I looked up Magic Carpets of Aladdin, and I checked to see if they were offering lightning lane reservations for later this afternoon, and in fact, starting at 6:10 p.m., they were offering reservations, so I got us one for 6:10. That's not a guarantee that it'll be running. Whatever the technical difficulty is that keeps it closed during the day could be continuing to happen. And we also have inclement weather to deal with, which obviously is responsible for us not being able to ride Dumbo, which is basically the same ride, but yet so is Astro Orbiter, and we were able to ride that. So what I'm going to check right now is if Dumbo is back open. I think it's a good idea to backtrack now and do both Dumbo and Mad Tea Party and finish out Fantasyland. Okay, according to the My Disney Experience app, both Mad Tea Party and Dumbo are back open, and both are showing 5-minute posted wait times. All right. It's gone up to a 15-minute posted standby wait, which is okay. It's pouring rain. I did see it operating just moments ago, so I think we're okay. Current step count, 7,983. Remember when we did that? Who knew not walking could be so exhausting? I know what you're saying. Breedlove, turn around and go back the other way and ride Mad Tea Party. But I'm doing something. I'm taking us hostage right now. I don't know if I'm ruining us or if I'm doing something really cool, but I bought us a secret individual lightning lane reservation for Tron, and I needed to throw it in there. I could not do this and leave that one out. I was meant to. I wrote the shot list. There was no Tron. This is like a weird thing I'm doing right now in the moment. I bought us an individual lightning lane reservation, and I have no business thinking we have enough steps to spare to do this. Our only hope is that it is the individual lightning lane queue and not the virtual queue. Something very important to know about this ride, Tron, Flight Cycle 1, is the fact that there is a zero tolerance policy on arriving late, okay? It is pretty well known that at Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, if you show up late, they will let it slide. Usually they have before. That could change at any moment. But here, because people were trying to come later so they could have the experience of riding it when the sun is down and the lighting is very dramatic and exciting, they had to make it a zero tolerance policy. So we have to ride this now or we will miss our window and be completely out of luck for this ride. Step count update, 8,550. I hope I made the right choice. 3, 2, 1. time to go from what feels like the future, Tron Light Cycle Run, back in time to Tomorrowland Speedway, known as Autopia in Disneyland, but super, super classic. So we're time traveling from the future to the past, and I love it. All right, we are arriving at Speedway. Posted standby wait is 15 minutes. Now it's time to head next door to that tea party and spin. Incredibly deserted. I can't see anything. Oh. Well, the only thing on our list left to do is Magic Carpets of Aladdin. We owe it to ourselves, to the game, to history, to venture across the park now to Magic Carpets of Aladdin and hang out to see if it opens. We have a Lightning Lane reservation for it for 7:30 p.m. If it is still not open, we will have another Select Experience Lightning Lane to use, and we'll have to figure out what that's gonna be. Well, I'm not seeing any beautiful carpets in the air, so we could go watch the Enchanted Tiki Room. That would be a good way to sit close by in air conditioning, dry off a bit. Wow. Well, that was a dramatic way to exit the Enchanted Tiki Room. I mean, it's still not cold outside. A Dole Whip would be delicious. I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's pouring rain, and the one ride we need to ride does not look like it's ready to budge. But I do have another idea for us. I'm thinking it might be time for a little din-din. Steps. We made it. Steps. Lots of steps. Remember I was doing this. I was pacing in a very packed Pecos Bill. It's 8:04 and I just checked in on the My Disney Experience app, looking up Magic Carpets of Aladdin to see if it was back up, and it is not back up yet. Our next Lightning Lane reservation for Magic Carpets of Aladdin is supposed to start at 7:10. Well, it happened. It's 8:10. Magic Carpets of Aladdin has not reopened. 11,246. That's how many steps we've walked. I just broke down and looked. That means we only have 402 steps left. But Magic Carpets of Aladdin has just opened. It no longer says I have to walk. I don't know if I have 400 steps. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna do my best. There it goes. Magic Carpets of Aladdin. It's flying. There are people on it. We have to get to the entrance of the queue. But this is it. We are either gonna make it literally down to the step. I mean, I think that's what it's gonna be. Has it been 400 steps already? This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. My feet are planted. I am not taking any extra steps. Selecting the very first carpet we come to. I cannot believe it came down to this close, even with Tron.
To make sure your magic carpet ride.
Right now. Okay, here we go. It's happening. We're flying. We did it. It took us all day. I don't know if we overstepped our game, literally, but we'll see in a second. We're gonna stand right over there next to the Aladdin and Jasmine meet and greet and wait for the health app to refresh. And if it's over by like 10 steps or however many this has been, then we might be generous because that was close. $11,642 was the number of steps we were given to complete our challenge today. 11,492, 11,492 is how many we ended up taking to complete not all 21 rides and attractions from Magic Kingdom No Phone that we filmed, but with the addition of Tron Light Cycle Run. That means we only had 156 steps to spare. That is like walking to the kitchen. Not really, but that is incredibly close. So what did we learn from this? Wow, okay, well, by being forced to walk less, I mean, bare minimum, okay, thinking about literally every step we took, we got to accomplish everything we wanted, and we had a fair amount of downtime. There were rests. I was forced to rest in Walt Disney World by the step count and by the timing of the Lightning Lane reservations and just generally the way we had to piece the day together. It ended up that I needed to take some time off my feet, literally, or we would have been disqualified from the game by going over our step count. Granted, we spent a lot of money on Genie Plus, $22, the individual Lightning Lane for Tron, $20, and the individual Lightning Lane for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, $10. So that is 30, 45, 30, 40, 55.
A few minutes later.
Plus 10 is $52. And what did you think of this challenge? Did you think that covering Magic Kingdom in the fewest steps possible is maybe the best way for you to come to Magic Kingdom and enjoy a day? Or do you feel like cutting the steps in half kind of cuts the magic in half, because walking a lot in Magic Kingdom is sort of what makes it for you? If you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. That would be awesome. And now go watch me try to stop Disney World from forcing me to use my phone. See you next time. We did it!